On 7 January 2026, a significant journey was undertaken to Hargeisa, the capital of Somaliland, with the objective of advancing gold mining prospects in the mineral-rich Togdheer region. The expedition marked a focused step toward exploring the untapped geological potential of the area, combining field investigation, resource assessment, and strategic planning in one of Somaliland's promising gold belts. Drove to the main central market in Hargeisa, Wahi Market or Suka Wahi, which is the largest and most important market in the city, and often considered the economic heart of Hargeisa. Suka Wahi is the bustling commercial heart of Hargeisa, known for its vast network of narrow lanes filled with shops, traders, and vibrant daily activity. It serves as the city's main hub for textiles, electronics, livestock products, household goods, and traditional Somali items. The market has long been a symbol of Hargeisa's economic resilience and community life. Reached our booked hotel. The hotel gate slid and allowed us. The stay in Hargeisa had been booked in Hotel Damal. Damal Hotel Hargeisa is located in the downtown area of Hargeisa, along Wahi Highway near the Dahabshil Business Center, one of the city's main commercial districts. It's in a central position that makes it easy to explore local sites, shops, and markets around the capital city of Somaliland. Greenery and evening chirps of birds are mind-freshening. The hotel is housed in a multi-floor building, sometimes described as part of an office block, with comfortable contemporary decor throughout. The restaurant and social areas are known as popular local meeting spots. On the coffee table, Abdigni, Mihir, Subhra and Suneet discussed on the joint venture possibility of gold mining and processing in the farmland of Abdigni. Next morning, 8th January 2026, it was planned to drive to Buro City for site inspection. Meeting ended and all came out to meet the prevailing chilled weather of winter. November to February is the winter season. Hargeisa sits in the Ogo Galgodan highlands at about 300 plus m above sea level, on a broad plateau with undulating plains and gentle hills. Near the city, the ground is mostly a mix of Mesozoic sedimentary rocks and limestone, with soils ranging from sandy clay loam to loam. As the morning broke, donkey-driven water tankers moved on the road to enter the narrow by-lanes for supplying water to households. Policemen started their duty. As the clock strikes 8, the city comes to life. Offices and shops open their doors, and the streets begin to fill with movement. Burqa-clad women and young girls walk swiftly. It was the winter morning of January 2026. We checked out from Hotel Damal according to our previous night planning. Abdigni loaded our baggages in his 4x4 car. We drove to reach Buro City. After leaving Hargeisa, the road generally trends northeast, crossing flat to gently rolling terrain for many tens of kilometers. Vegetation was semi-arid wooded grassland, scattered acacias and shrubs, patches of grass, and occasional drought-tolerant trees. The broad highland transitions toward lower elevations as we drove toward the Gulf of Aden. The drive to Buro took us across the dramatic Sheikh Pass, a mountain corridor carved through the Golis Range. As the road climbs higher, the air turns cooler and the landscape unfolds into steep escarpments and sweeping valleys. Winding bends and sharp ascents made the journey both challenging and breathtaking. Gradually we descended onto the plain land, past the Sheikh city, entered the outskirt of Buro city. Indian-make auto rickshaws were plying. The camel and sheep herds were heading to their grazing site, making the desert full of life. We are driving across the Oradu limestone, formed during the Cretaceous to Lower Eocene period, which rests unconformably upon an ancient Precambrian basement of volcanic and metamorphic rocks. A thin cover of quaternary alluvial deposits and river sands overlies the limestone surface, creating the dusty terrain through which our vehicle is moving. From a distance, located the exploration camp, constructed in an isolated dry place. Inside the camp, geologists and mining engineer discussed and reviewed over the past exploration work and planned for future work. Stepped out of the camp for verifying the terrain. Marked the hydrothermal replacement of carbonates in the trail trenches. Chert has hydrothermally replaced the limestone and dolomite. Gold and other platinum group of elements like palladium, osmium, etc. have precipitated as microparticles in the presence of organic materials, which has acted as a chemical trap. Dolomite with dendritic silomelin, suggesting a marine origin. The sample was analyzed. This is an interesting terrain for gold occurrence. Nowhere in African countries geological estimate for mineable micro or nano-gold has been reported. You can see the analysis of limestone. The nano-gold bearing chert showing concentric rings, which are microfossils and help to provide the chemical trap of carbon for gold precipitation. Walk to the dry river bed for collection of geochemical samples. All around was the pasture land for camel, sheep, goat, cow. They were grazing. This terrain can be compared to the commercial Carlin type gold mining in Nevada of America, China, Russia, Canada, Uzbekistan, Indonesia and Turkey. The collected samples were analyzed. Also 5 tons of chert were sent for pilot plant test by carbon leaching. The results were summarized and the area was marked for commercial mining of gold and other platinum group of elements. Average commercial gold production was estimated to be more than 4 grams per ton. 7 grams of 22-carat nano-gold recovered from 5 tons of chert by carbon leaching. Our return journey begins on 9th January 2026 from Burro, the bustling inland town of Somaliland known for its vast livestock markets and pastoral culture. From here, the road leads northward toward the Gulf of Aden, connecting the interior grazing lands with the historic port of Berbera, one of the region's most important maritime gateways. As we leave Burko, the landscape appears semi-arid and open, with wide plains covered by scattered acacia trees, shrubs and grasses. Abdigni was driving on the excellent tar-topped road under the warmth of the sunny morning of winter. Gradually the road approaches the foothills of the Golis Mountains, part of the highlands that form the northern edge of the Somali Plateau. This stretch is considered one of the most scenic drives in Somaliland. From the dry coastal plains below, the vegetation gradually becomes greener with altitude. Vegetation along the slopes consists mainly of drought-resistant species, scattered acacia, comifera, thorny shrubs, and hardy grasses adapted to the semi-desert climate. These plants support the pastoral livelihood of the Somali people, whose nomadic culture has evolved with the land. The road is climbing on the Sheikh Pass. Hairpin bends wind upward through rocky slopes as the road ascends nearly 1,500 meters above sea level toward Sheikh Pass. The geology of the region is fascinating. The mountains expose ancient rocks including granitic and gneissic basement formations, while cliffs of Jurassic and Eocene limestone dominate many of the escarpments. In some places, basaltic lava flows and gypsum deposits appear over the limestone layers, revealing a complex geological history of the Horn of Africa. After crossing the high plateau near the town of Sheikh, the road descends again toward the coast. Gradually, the mountains give way to the scorching coastal plain known as the Guban, a hot, sandy landscape lying mostly below 100 meters elevation with sparse steppe vegetation. From a distance, the northern escarpment of Golis Mountain was visible. It was a rugged mountain chain devoid of vegetation and running parallel to the Gulf of Aden. The mountains had been formed from coral limestone, marine limestone, and calcareous sandstone. These rocks are part of young marine sedimentary formations that formed when the area was covered by shallow tropical seas along the Gulf of Aden margin. Close to Berbera, the cement plant, remnants of Ottoman Empire structures were marked. Finally arrived Berbera, a historic port where desert caravans meet the sea, and where Somaliland's pastoral heart connects with global trade. Decided to take lunch in New Berbera city, where in the newly built areas, planted palm trees and ornamental trees are increasingly appearing along roads and compounds.